Welcome on the news. Let's start by talking about our cocoa fortunes. And it's a tale of uncertainty among staff of Ghana's biggest indigenous cocoa buying company, the PBC, as the company continues to post huge revenue losses. According to its audited reports for the year 2022, the company lost 1.9 billion Ghana cedis within a period of 4 years. In our latest Hotline documentary, PBC Troubles, the Joy News investigative desk explores what might be accounting for the steep decline in PBC market shares from 30.88% in 2016 to 8% in 2021.
In August 2022, a circular copied all staff indicated that payment of salaries would delay due to the current financial challenges facing the company. When we spoke to the staff who pleaded anonymity in November 2022, he told Joy News their salaries delayed for 3 months last year. It was not only difficult for many to fend for themselves, but their families as well.
Staff salary, they were owing us 3 months, but currently they've paid the 3 months. But as we speak, we don't know when our next salary payment is coming, and we have no idea.
He said it was now difficult for staff to access welfare loans from the company, which wasn't the norm in recent past.
Okay, the welfare fund is a revolving fund. So they wrote to us that there are no funds available, so nobody should apply for welfare loan. But with regards to the tier 3, we have paid it is our money, and we have contributed, and it is 10 years now. And the agreement was that when it is 10 years, they have to pay all the monies to us. But it is 10 years now, and they are refusing to release the funds to us, which is making all the staffs, every staff is agitating. Every staff is agitating about this tier 3.
So dire is the financial situation that PBC suspended the intake of national service personnel for the 2022-2023 year. In a circular cited by Joy News, the Human Resource Manager, William AUC, cited the current financial challenges of the company as the reason. In January 2022, PBC wrote to the Ministry of Employment about its intention to restructure the company, including downsizing its staff. It cited the prevailing financial and operational downturn, making it difficult to pay staff and meet its obligations to stakeholders. It said the staff who would be affected by the downsizing are those without establishment. Our sources suggest that when CocoaBoard secured the cocoa syndicated loan last year, it loaned PBC with an estimated 350 million Ghana cedis. Management used 50 million cedis to cover staff remuneration and other administrative expenses. The national projection PBC set for itself for the 2022-2023 main crop season was to purchase 170,000 tons of cocoa. But with the limited funds in PBC's account, this target remains a pipe dream and leaves staff in another boat of uncertainty on what fate hangs on the survival of PBC and possible payment of their remuneration.
About 4 years in baby, shares no market share no former echo, because woman you woman bam human, so woman ni more human. Appointees, government appointees na do wo ba. Enti obo wo ba akoko na adwuma no kura wo ni mo we man se yedena betra so wo nya adwuma. Enti ba ka share no di e company di e ba wo mo tumi nka anokore no enkyere pieces na ye no wo mo ya adwuma na ye nso no ye ne pharmacy ne tie kura ase ho. Ani obu pharmacy ne situation ke duru bre bi ya ne ye bo wo company physical ma see em pharmacy yanya tibi kopelo me awuza ho chiri mu no ati see ebo abo pharmacy ne kakra won tezo won beti koko no October no wo matwa ebi dia kura tibi koba 1 year na pharmacy de akrache fornica ensu company ni mu hwe wo physical kura ba sika ni to gogo kura wo munya bi ma ebe da na abenya bi dia abobose Eti ye no odra ye wo ma company no. Eti no ise nya no bi na mpanimfo no e wo ma company no osoro ho no. Omo da say omo sika na omo di na na hia.
PBC Troubles airs on Monday, the 17th of April on the Super Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. and on the Joy News channel at 8:30 p.m. On now to our next story. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says Ghana's hopes of securing an IMF board approval latest by May. Securing this will, however, require meeting the critical targets of bringing debt to GDP ratio to 55% by 2028 and reducing the country's external debt servicing ratio. Achieving these can, however, prove challenging, as Mr. Ofori-Atta says. The nation has so far only been able to restructure about $1.6 billion of its $30.5 billion external debt.
The total stock of external debt amounted to $30.5 billion. So far, we've structured the equivalent of $1.6 billion belonging to the non-resident holders of domestic debt. We have $8.8 billion that are held by multilateral development banks and therefore are not being restructured. The remainder of the external debt amounting to $20 billion encompasses $14.6 billion of commercial debt and $5.4 billion of bilateral debt treated under the common framework. We are reaching out to all our external commercial creditors because you are an integral part of the solution to our current economic and financial crisis. We value the long-standing relationships we have with you and appreciate the continuous support you have provided to Ghana, and we look forward to that relationship continuing. So our prime objective is to restore public debt sustainability and ensure a full financing of the program. Two key conditions for the IMF board to approve the program and proceed with a much-needed financial disbursement under an extended credit facility. This will require, among other targets, bringing the ratio of the present value of our total public debt to GDP to 55% by 2028 and bringing our external debt service to revenue ratio below 18% from 2028. This will also require securing enough financial assistance from our development partners to meet our gross financing needs over the period of the program. This will be of paramount importance to ensure the IMF program is fully funded.
Well, tied to that, meanwhile, the managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, says she will personally intervene to enable Ghana reach a deal with her creditors as crucial talks take center stage ahead of the consideration of a $3 billion bailout for Ghana.
We have been in constant contact with the authorities in Ghana. We have worked very hard and very swiftly to have the program for Ghana, $3 billion support program for Ghana in place. We have been urging Ghana's creditors to act swiftly. My appreciation for also the proactive role of the Minister of Finance of Ghana in reaching out to creditors. We are expecting that next week there will be discussions among creditors, and I can tell you that I use every opportunity myself to urge them to act swiftly. Let's remember that Ghana for a long time has done really well to tap markets to finance its growth path. It has been like all innocent bystanders hit by COVID, hit by the war in Ukraine, and it has complicated domestically the ability to finance the budget. So a country that has long track record of sound macroeconomic management ought to be supported to return to markets. So our program is a bridge for Ghana. And to tell you the truth, I'm actually quite optimistic. I think Ghana is going to move. The creditors are going to move, and we are going to move swiftly. So I guess the short answer to you is stay tuned and stay positive.
Now, in our next story, thousands of structures sited in the way of a high-tension voltage transmission line are being demolished in the Ashanti region. The exercise, which has affected some residential, commercial, and religious structures and buildings, is to pave the way for the construction or reconstruction instead of the 161 kilovolt Konongo-Kumasi high-tension line. The high voltage line has not seen any major renovation works since its construction 62 years ago. Ohiming Tewe of our security desk now reports.
Informers since last year around June, that they are going to do some decongestion exercise. Though it's going to affect me, but there's nothing I can do, because most of the times there was a canopy outside. Now we've removed the canopy. So when it's raining, the rain, it beats my customers. So those who usually sit under the canopy, they have to come inside. And not all of them are good people. Some of them, if you don't watch them very well, they are going to steal your money. So it has affected me. But there's nothing I can do, since it is going to benefit the whole nation.
And in Sunshine, dear Bremy, because as a mere Mijina Hai, me laundries na wahai my employ in Kwalabe 15. And in Kwalabe 15, Sansun way bar, Ebe can Kwalano, Ebe Kami, Ebe Binumo so Yeramo. Nemum Domobeye and Omudibim, if you say, a Bayan Sassi, and a Viera Sassi Sutrano. Yenino, baby, no, I bet 19 ebe pechi. Na kwanya womo faso ne municipal edi nkomo ebo do ro wa hanyinano yenyinano obiati na omo ba yenso no omo ambeye ni gidigidi te said de omo pe no akosombo na ase no omo so awo ase no omo betwe waya no foforo ntu wa awo ase no firi ase said de beye waya no omo twe wi a edi asomdie beba de ade wo no e na woje efiri say asie na ade ne da no wote wo no betwe ne waya eye Ghana mu nyina ne ye pa enyinam kanea amayen ne ye tena ho ne ye se do mo ye ne enya na che se ye di Ghana man ehwambo.
Persons living with disabilities will benefit from health-related programs by the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology MasterCard Foundation Health Collaborative. Head of the health ecosystem under the Health Collaborative, Dr. Joseph Owusu, says these programs are designed to equip them to increase their job prospects in the health sector. There is more in this report.
The KNUST MasterCard Health Collaborative organized stakeholder engagement for persons with disabilities. This stakeholder engagement aimed at assisting persons with disabilities to be able to access decent, dignified, and fulfilling jobs in the health sector through acquisition of knowledge and skills. The programs include health communication agents, medicine counter assistants, health information management, medical laboratory sciences, and phlebotomy. Dr. Owusu indicated that once they go through these programs and acquire the requisite skills and knowledge, there's a possibility for them to access employment in the health sector.
It's come to MasterCard under the health ecosystem. We have earmarked an activity for persons with disability. And here we are just trying to equip these people with knowledge, experience, and skills so that they can be employable in the health sector. Basically, we have earmarked about 5 programs that they are going to be enrolled on. Such as these programs include medicine counter assistant, phlebotomy, health information management, and then lab technician. So these are the programs that we have earmarked for them. So once they go through this program, we are sure that once they get the requisite skills and knowledge, they will be able to access employment in the health sector. This program will start, if all things go on well, in the next 3 months, we will enroll our first cohorts into certain colleges we have identified, and they partner with KNUST.
Some of the participants spoke with Joy News.
Well, this MasterCard program is a very good initiative on behalf of PWDs across the country, because for people with disability to gain education and hold various degrees without education, MasterCard has done a whole lot for giving such a scholarship to PWDs to acquire or climb the ladder to acquire other opportunities for them to hold in future. Because one cannot live alone. Because once you have gained the education, acquire the skill or the backup from MasterCard, it's a right step in the direction that you are climbing the ladder, you have gotten another opportunity to enhance
the health communication, that one, all the disability except children with intellectual disability. Apart from those guys, all the disabled people can take advantage and it will benefit us. On the over-the-counter drugs dispensation, that what we call drug, that area too is a good initiative.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi.
It's a wrap for the news, but the news review comes up shortly. Do stay with us.